The next is our Honorable Toastmaster of Ponte Vedra Beach President, is our second speaker, Mr. Cole Wamsley. And his speech will be about 10 to 12 minutes today. And Cole had a story in his back pocket that he was planning on sharing with us today, but then the universe came calling. A series of spontaneous events led Cole into an adventure he had no idea was coming, but he thought it'd make for one heck of a story. Here is Cole Wamsley with his speech titled, "The Universe is Calling." Please welcome Cole.
I opened my eyes on a Friday morning 5 days ago, and suddenly the universe is calling. Bring, 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 bring. I pick up. Yes. The universe says, life is about complete self-discovery and full self-expression. The universe hangs up. Clink. What the heck? I think to myself. And I say, okay, yeah, checks out. I agree. I go about my morning. A few hours pass. I hear the phone ringing again. Bring, 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 bring. It's the universe. Once more, I pick up. Yes. Cole, you have these cookies. These really, really, really good brown butter, toffee, chocolate chip cookies. You should sell them at the farmer's market. The universe hangs up. Blink. What in tarnation? Where is this coming from? I ponder over it. Then I think, oh, of course. It's about the discovery and the expression. That'd be cool. Okay, I'll do it. I search up my local farmer's market in Atlantic Beach and realize it's much too complicated of a process for me to be selling in 2 days. Well, that's not going to cut it. I say, this time, I call the universe. It's ringing. The universe picks up. I say, farmer's market, no good. I sell cookies door to door. The universe responds, sure, sure. Good enough for me. I hang up the phone, find my recipe, and 10 minutes later, I'm in my car driving to the grocery store to pick up my ingredients. I'm laughing at myself for the utter spontaneous ridiculousness of this endeavor. I collect the required items and check out. I look at the receipt, $128. Uh-oh. However, $128, which included, as you can see pictured, an irresistible pack of blueberries. However, I only ended up using $70.25 of ingredients. I get home, tackle the rest of my day, and begin my cookie making process at a time I would usually be in bed. First, I make the toffee. Making toffee is an incredibly fine art. Comes with a fine smell as well. You must be constantly stirring using only a wooden spoon, ensuring the butter and sugar coagulate properly, and you cannot, at whatever cost, let the toffee burn or your entire product will be ruined. My first rodeo making toffee, I burned the crap out of it and it tasted like black tar. But this wasn't my first rodeo. It turned out how I wanted, and I let the toffee cool in the freezer for a bit. I went through with the rest of the recipe, making the dough, salivary glands bouncing off the walls, eventually returning back to the toffee. I get out my hammer and start banging away. I do the same with some delectable milk and Ugandan dark chocolate until I'm satisfied. I pour the crushed toffee and chocolate into the mixing bowl. And then a quote from Jaws pops into my head. We're going to need a bigger boat. I managed to get everything mixed together and then spend the next hour or so forming the dough into balls. I rolled 122 cookies between my hands. At that point, it was past 2 a.m. and I was done for the day. Saturday is here. I go into the kitchen and start baking 122 brown butter toffee chocolate chip cookies to sell around my neighborhood. I still had no idea what was going on. I was just watching myself do everything. First batch complete. I run through my system, making the rest while coming up with a critical business and pricing strategy. First and foremost, I made a mandate to pass out samples. Classic psychology trick. You receive something for free, you feel obligated to give something in return. Plus, the cookies were darn delicious. That certainly didn't hurt my case. Next, pricing. I was well aware of the oldest pricing psychology tactic in the book, movie theater popcorn. When you buy popcorn at the movies, you'll notice the medium bucket is just barely cheaper than the large bucket. This is a simple decoy to provide the illusion that the large option is a great deal. They want you to buy the large bucket all along, and they use the medium price to get you there. You would have to be clinically insane to buy the medium bucket of popcorn when you can get the large for 50 cents more. I literally did some back of the napkin math and came up with my own prices. 6 cookies for $12, 12 cookies for $24, or 14 cookies for $25. Last but not least, I needed the appearance that I had an actual business and wasn't doing this because somebody named the universe had called me and came up with the idea. I'll keep it simple, I said. Kohl's Cookies. I search up Kohl's Cookies and come to find out there's already a Kohl's Cookies. Where'd it go? There's already a Kohl's Cookies that exists in Vermont. Screw it. They can sue me if they want. I draw up a quick flyer to pass out to my unsuspecting neighbors. Cookies to write home about because, yes, they are that good. Only the finest ingredients because I wouldn't have it any other way. All organic because, duh. A nice picture of a cookie and, of course, my psychological warfare, otherwise known as my prices. I packed together all of my stuff, my cookies, my samples, my flyers, and some napkins. Oh, I realize I need to put a shirt on. I go to do that, and naturally, the shirt is wrinkled. I will not stand for soliciting business with the wrinkled shirt on, so I whip out the clothes iron and my trusty spray bottle. Shirt on, boom, I'm ready. I pause for a second to take in the moment. Then I take a couple quick selfies to document the moment. Nervous, excited, probably both, but I laugh once more at myself as I walk out my front door with my carry bag full of 122 cookies. I begin my selling parade. First house, my next door neighbor. She turns me down, but makes sure to keep the flyer. Second house, no answer. Third house, no thanks. Fourth house, I don't eat chocolate. Fifth house, no answer. The entire time, I know my mission is to sell all of the cookies. I knew I wasn't going to stop until that happened. I would be out there all year if I had to. Sixth house, I ring the doorbell. The kindest old lady answers the door. I give her my pitch. She says I'm an angel sent from heaven, and she was just making dinner, but she didn't know what to do for dessert. She wants to purchase 6 cookies from me, but then realizes she doesn't have any cash and doesn't do the online payments. I give her the cookies anyway and trust her to call me back when she has the money, as surely an old lady wouldn't rob a handsome man of some cookies, right? Well, she still hasn't paid me, but I still trust her. I make my way through the rest of the neighborhood. This is quite fun, I think. Well, I win about 2 for my first 15 houses. Then I get 2 more sales within 3 houses. A lady asked to buy 12 cookies for $24, but then realizes 14 cookies for $25 is a much better deal. She had no idea the matrix she was in. I yell out to innocent dog walkers, asking if they want any cookies. No luck. I continue my journey. One man asks me if the cookies are laced with weed. Only one way to find out. One obviously intoxicated man hands me $25 cash and says, "Give me whatever."
Oh my God.
Day turned into night. 3 hours pass. All of a sudden, the bag felt really light. I looked inside, and there were only 20 cookies left. I come up to the next house and sell 14 cookies for $25. I approach another house. I ring the doorbell and am immediately answered by a father. He says, "We're good." Then the mom comes up and says, "Brown butter? Yeah, we're trying some." She takes a bite and says, "These are fire." She doesn't buy any, but gets my phone number and email address for when their kids have birthday parties. Next house, another mom answers. She says, "Look at you being an entrepreneur." I say, "I only have 6 cookies left. They're selling like hotcakes." She buys them right then and there. Just like that. 122 cookies were gone. I walked out of that last driveway with such an indescribably awesome feeling pulsating through my body. I wasn't doing it again, but what an adventure it had been. I come home and immediately devour 16 ounces of steak and a plate of potatoes. A meal well earned. I also took this picture of a sign that says, "I smell children." Different strokes for different folks. I look down at my bag and it's practically empty. I go to my Venmo and count the cash, and it adds up to a little over $200 in earnings. Great margins on $70, but the labor cost was horrible. Over 13 hours in total, and with a profit of around $140, that was just over $10 an hour. The best part about the money was that it was tax-free. Eat it, IRS. Eat it. Imagine somebody had come up to me after each sale and had taken 30% of my earnings. That is taxation. But I didn't do it for the money, although sticking it to those thieves felt good. I did it because the universe came calling and told me life is about self-discovery and self-expression. I couldn't help but agree and had to oblige when the universe told me about this cookie adventure soon after. I'm not sure where my discoveries will take me next, but I do know one thing for sure. When the universe calls, pick up the damn phone. Mr. Toastmaster.